February 2009, Melbourne, Australia. My first internship abroad as a law student at a women's rights organization. At least, that's what I thought. Because after a week of my arrival, I was missing for 48 hours. And I was arrested for breaking into the neighbor's place. A few days later, I woke up tied on a bed at the psychiatric ward of Royal Melbourne Hospital. Turned out I had a manic episode and I was a danger to myself and to society. I can't remember a lot because of the high doses of medication they gave me the first days. But I was having voices in my head telling me to kill myself, and I was hallucinating. According to my medical file, I even thought I was President Obama. Well, nowadays, I know better. I am Nadya van der Sluis, and I'm bipolar. And having a manic episode is something familiar to have when you're bipolar type 1, like I am. And a bipolar condition is a manic depressive disorder. And having a bipolar condition is something terrible. But at least I can say that next to being bipolar, I'm also a legal officer at the Immigration and Naturalization Service of the Dutch Ministry of Justice. But let me tell you that being bipolar and having a job is not something that comes naturally. It can create stigma and discrimination. And this applies to all kinds of mental disorders, like, for example, post-traumatic stress disorder or schizophrenia. Living with a mental disorder or an illness is a disability, but an invisible one. And if you look at the job market of people with disabilities, it's still terrible. Despite the Disability Convention of the United Nations, which is signed by many countries, like the Netherlands in 2015. And well, I'm a legal officer, so I love the law. And I would share with you Article 27 of this convention, which says that states parties recognizes the right of persons with disabilities to work on an equal basis like others. This includes to have the opportunity to gain living by work which is freely chosen or accepted in a labor market or work environment that is open, accessible, and inclusive for persons with a disability. But now, let me take you to reality. Because if you look, for example, to the report of 2018 of the Dutch Institute of Human Rights, it says that the job market is still terrible and even the same like in 2012, so before the convention. And I think this is really a big problem and there needs to be a change. Because I want to address to you this, because tomorrow it's the 3rd of December and that's the International Day of Persons with a Disability. And I can throw with numbers now about how many people without a disability do not have a job. But I rather speak about my experience, because I was unemployed for more than a year with a master's degree because of my bipolar condition. And I was ashamed of my bipolar condition for 8 years, which makes it hard to go to an interview or search for a job. And I think these are the two causes of the problem. One, organizations and companies do not know how to hire someone with a disability. And two, the self-stigma of a person with a disability. I'm happy I learned to be open on my work, and because of my colleagues and my boss, my manager, who understands me. And I remember a colleague, Graciela, she was giving me a smile and she connected with me and had the courage to connect with me just by simply giving me a smile. And that gave me a feeling to be open about my bipolar condition and to tell her about my struggle and to be myself. So I think the start of a solution of this big problem is just to simply be open with each other by giving a smile to each other and start a conversation just by smiling and have the courage to connect that way. And I dare you as an audience to do the same and give that smile to another to connect. And Graciela, this one is for you.